Hello everybody and welcome back. As always, I am Mateo311 and this is your one channel for everything VR related. Today, we're digesting how crazy October was for VR. I'll have a recap for all the games announced from Facebook Connect. We have new release dates and updates for other VR titles, and we'll discuss the future of VR for companies like Meta, PlayStation, and Valve. There are of course links and timestamps down in the description, but before we jump in, this video is brought to you by Kiwi Design, your one-stop for all VR accessories. Are you looking for a Quest 2 Elite strap that won't suddenly snap on you, or a face pad that won't irritate your skin? Well, Kiwi has you covered. They carry a large array of accessories from cable management systems to replacement facial covers. There are links in the description, and don't forget to use my affiliate code to help support this channel. Generally, I start these videos off with new game announcements and release dates, but I just have some quick housekeeping first. I'm currently running a giveaway for a Bhaptics X16 tack suit. There's a link for that down in the description, and if you're expecting me to cover last week's events in this news video, well, I already did that last Friday. So if you're looking for a recap on the Vario event, Pimax Frontier, or Facebook Connect, I'll put a link up to that video. Okay, so first up in new releases is the family-friendly Battle Royale Pow Pow Dye It Up. Instead of using real-life guns with bullets, you'll be duking it out with paintball guns. The game features avatar customization, traditional arena shooter gameplay modes like deathmatch, and just some kid-friendly action that anyone can jump into and enjoy. Pow Pow Dye It Up is releasing later this year in early access on Steam, and it looks like it could definitely be a fun time. Next up, Blade & Sorcery Nomad was announced for the Oculus Quest, and it's only 3 days away. If you're not familiar with the title, it's a sandbox physics-based arena fighting game. The PCVR version features some truly amazing combat, and I'm really curious to see how the Quest version stacks up. The heavy reliance on physics was something I didn't think the Quest would be able to pull off, but soon enough we'll be able to compare the different versions. Regardless of how it stacks up, I can guarantee this is going to be a successful Quest title. Now, we also got some highly anticipated release dates, and the first one is for Warhammer Age of Sigmar Tempestfall. Tempestfall is an action-adventure, story-driven battle against death in the Warhammer universe. You'll battle the forces of the Nighthaunt using both melee weapons and spells. This title was previously delayed to help dial in the combat, but it's now set to release on November 17th for PCVR and the Oculus Quest. This is absolutely my style of game. I'm a huge fantasy and Warhammer fan, and you can guarantee I will have a review up on release day. Now, another exciting release date is for the 4-person co-op shooter After the Fall. On December 9th, we will finally get to join our friends in-game and experience some Left 4 Dead style combat in VR. After the Fall takes place in a post-apocalyptic, snow-covered 1980s. In order to survive, you'll have to battle hordes of undead mutated creatures. To help with that, you'll have the ability to craft, upgrade, and wield a large variety of deadly weapons. I've been waiting for this game for so long because Left 4 Dead had an absolutely amazing gameplay loop, and it looks like we'll now get that experience in VR. Now, our next title we don't have an official release date for, but I'm definitely intrigued based on the IP and the fact that it's planned to release before the end of the year. I'm talking about Hasbro's Transformers VR Beyond Reality. This title is slated to come to the PlayStation VR and Steam at some point in 2021. There is some slight disappointment here though, as this is an on-rails shooter. I know that's not generally what we look for in a VR title, but I definitely enjoyed the robot-themed on-rails shooter Archangel, so I think this could definitely be a fun time also. Now, if you're not looking to purchase any new games, don't worry because we have some amazing updates on the way, and the first one is version 9.0 for Stride. This parkour Mirror's Edge style VR game released in beta over a year ago and has since gone through some major updates. Version 9.0 is basically a complete overhaul. The game modes and scoring system has been reworked, the visuals are much more uniform across all platforms now, and we have a much more newbie-friendly tutorial. There's updates to the enemies such as improved AI and new voiceovers. The Endless mode has 2 new difficulty levels and 3 new power-ups. The Arena mode has an all-new indoor location and also features those additional power-ups. And the Time Run has removed enemies, as it is now purely parkour. And they've also worked to improve the immersion and realism with features like improved gunplay. There's also a player progression system, which includes achievements and unlockable skins. And there is also a long list of bug fixes. So if you've been waiting for this beta title to mature a bit before jumping in, now might be the right time. Speaking of the right time to get into a game, In Death Unchained is about to drop the new free DLC, Desolation. Desolation is a new map that also functions as an alternative route to the game's first boss. Desolation will be accessible via Purgatory, so if you've struggled to make it far in this game like many players have, it will be relatively easy to access. It's designed to have balanced gameplay for both new and experienced players. It includes 4 new enemy types and a new amulet item. Amulets can be equipped in the Sanctuary and are currently intended to apply a bonus to new players, but they will be releasing amulets which feature a risk versus reward mechanism for more advanced players. They've also done some work to upgrade the in-game graphics, and you'll be able to experience this new update on November 3rd. I'm a huge In Death fan and will definitely have to jump back in. Okay, so that was this week's releases and game updates, and I just have a few more quick topics before we jump into today's main event. Facebook, or shall I say Meta, has acquired yet another studio, and this time it's the developers of the fitness app, Supernatural. Supernatural was a fitness-based subscription application. Fitness-based titles is the one use case where Quest owners tend to keep coming back to their device. Those who simply game on their Quest are much more likely to give up on the device for extended periods of time. So with Meta focusing on making VR part of our daily life, it only makes sense for them to target fitness applications. And this is a perfect segue into what transpired with Facebook Connect and the future of VR games. The Facebook Connect event made it abundantly clear that gaming is not at the forefront for the future of Meta. While yes, Facebook is still definitely funding new titles, and they announced a partnership with Vertigo Games to bring 5 new titles to the Quest. Plus, they still plan to port older titles like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, but gaming itself is only a small fraction of what they want to do with VR. So what should we expect for VR games going forward? Well, moving into 2022, I'm expecting more of a game divergence. With Meta not announcing any new headset and extending the life cycle of the Oculus Quest 2, the device won't have the computing power for cutting-edge titles. As we get towards the end of 2022, the device will be lagging to keep up, and we should see some more cutting-edge style products from PlayStation, Pimax, and possibly even Valve. The rumors floating around for Sony are that they want their VR titles to be of the same caliber of their AAA title flat screen games, or for their flat screen games to also include VR modes. No more tech demos or 3-hour experiences. This has the potential to flip the development scale once again. Originally, games were developed for the PlayStation VR and PCVR, then ported to the Quest. The last year or so has been the opposite. Games are developed specifically for the Quest, and then a version is just delivered to PCVR. This AAA focus could reverse things yet again. The new cutting-edge titles will be available on the PlayStation VR 2 and for PCVR, and when a more powerful Quest releases, we will see those titles get ported over. Meanwhile, the Quest itself will of course continue to get new games, and we know larger titles are in development, but there's only a small window before the mobile tech starts to lag behind. So the Quest will be moving towards old school ports, a continuation of more casual mobile style games, fitness applications, and increased use cases that go beyond gaming. Remember, Meta is focusing on social interaction and the ability to use VR in the workplace. While this goes on, Sony and potentially Valve will just try and out VR game the Oculus Quest. Valve is almost certainly sitting on new hardware and new VR games. Once the Steam Deck releases, we can expect their focus to switch back to VR, and in 2022, we're going to see some interesting announcements, and things will really fire up moving into 2023. But for most of 2022, I'm still expecting the Oculus Quest to dominate the gaming field. I can guarantee things are going to slow down as we move into January, but let's just hope they don't slow down way too much. Okay everyone, that was me speculating on VR games in 2022 and beyond. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. And as always, I will see you guys on next time.